0% AI on the F1 games are insanely slow, and at this point I've done so many challenges with so many different handicaps, but somehow I continue to beat them. This time, however, I might meet my match. I'm going to try to beat 0% AI with the worst possible car setup, something that will make the car virtually undrivable, and I'm going to start a full lap down. Alright, so here we are in the car setup menu. I'm gonna really try to just screw this thing up. And Brazil is a very technical track, so we're gonna go 0-0 on the wings, so that I'm sure will be very lovely through the corners. Transmission is gonna be all screwed up. Suspension geometry, same thing. Alright, that looks like a disaster, so that should do. On to the suspension now. This is where you can really do some damage. So we're gonna try to make the front end of the car and the rear end of the car feel completely, like, separated almost. Like, they're not even the same thing, so it's just, like, the most unbalanced car imaginable. Obviously, we want terrible brakes, so we're gonna go brake pressure to 80% and front brake bias all the way up to 70%, so brakes are gonna be a complete nightmare into the corners. Now we got tires. Alright, so let's go front right and rear left maxed out, and then the other two, bare minimum. Okay, this looks pretty good. Into qualifying we go. As is tradition, we destroy the car as soon as we can. Alright, looking good. Alright, so we're starting at the back, but that doesn't mean we're done just yet. We're gonna have 35 laps of fuel for a 25-lap race. Alright, here we are at the back of the grid. 5 red lights are coming on around Brazil. We've got 25 laps, and we are going nowhere off the start, because we have to wait a lap. Now, obviously, we're on the wet compound tires, because that makes the car even more undrivable. So we have a full 25 laps on wets with this setup. Okay, waiting for the back of the grid to pass us, and we're a lap down, and now we can go. Oh my god. Okay, this is the moment of the truth. How bad are the brakes? Instantly lock up. Okay, not good. I mean, luckily these guys are so slow that I'm still on their tail, trying to go for a move around the outside of Bottas. Not looking good. A bit of spin. Oh my god. Oh no, this is I can already tell this is not gonna be fun. Get around the corner. Come on. Maybe an overtake up the inside of Sargent. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the brakes are definitely not okay. What is that? Come on. Okay, maybe we can go for like a switchback on Sonoda. Big lockup. Yeah, that's not good. So the gap ahead is still around 20 seconds. We're not really making that much progress. Wait, puncture? Front left puncture? What? Oh my god. This is just getting worse and worse. Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna need like a redo on this. I think now that I know the car a little bit better. Okay, yeah, now it's definitely a redo.
Your front wing's damaged. Expects a lot of understeer.
I know. Alright, here we go for attempt number 2. 5 red lights are coming on for the second time. And for the second time, we're gonna let the rest of the field pull away. And we just sit here for a little bit. Just hang out. Okay, little strategy move here. I'm gonna back up. And would you look at that? We back up into the pit entrance, and we can just pit right away. What a genius move by me right there. Usually what I do is I wait for the AI to pass a lap, and then I have to go pit. So I'm, you know, 1 lap on softs or whatever. But this saves me a lap. Incredible. All right, we're ready to rock. I got wet tires on. Okay, I'm feeling good. All right, it looks like the rest of the field is coming around the first corner now, so we're officially going to be a lap down in a moment. We just have to wait for the back markers to catch up, and then we can set off and try to catch up to everybody. Come on. It seems like there's a bit of a gap between the front runners and the back markers. Logan Sargent's the last one to pass us. He's always in last. Usually once we see him in these challenges, we know we're catching up to the rest of the field. A little bit of a lockup, but that corner goes a lot better than last time. Definitely in a better position than we were last attempt. We're going to switch to the inside of Sargent, and that marks the first overtake. Our journey to unlapping ourselves. That's definitely better than that outside overtake last time. Okay, so last time it took us a few laps to really make a couple of decent overtakes, but now we're at 2 on technically our first lap. We're still a lap down. We have the other Sauber in front of us. They're really slow through here. It's crazy how slow these guys are. Up the inside of Albon, locking up. Big lock up into this corner, bumping wheels, but we make the pass. Sending it up the inside, easy peasy. I gotta say, even with this setup, these guys are just crazy slow. I think I gained like 5 seconds a lap. It's nuts. Okay, this is a bit of an awkward one. We might be able to get 2 cars in one go into turn 1. A little bit of a lockup on the brakes. Contact with Sonoda. He's like latched onto my car. He wants that Red Bull seat. Oh my god, the worst thing is by far the braking, because there's 80% brake pressure, so you get very little response on the brakes, but it's also 70% brake bias, so that the front wheels just lock up instantly. This is so hard to deal with. Anyway, passing Carlos Sainz, that's the 0-0 wings in action right there. But I'm not sure if Sainz is going to go for a move. I guess not. We're going to lock up big time into turn 1. Sainz goes for a move up the inside, but luckily we can cover that off. Uh-oh, we got a George Russell, Max Verstappen matchup here. This is going to be quite the drama on Sky Sports after this race. A little bit of contact. I think it looks like George Russell's attached to the rear of our car. I'm not going to take that. I'm going to squeeze him out into this corner. Hell yeah.
Whenever anything is not going his way, he lashes out with unnecessary anger and borderline violence.
Okay, we're almost done unlapping ourselves. Kind of a bump draft with Piastri. Maybe damage the front wing, but we can probably get him into turn 1. Come on, don't lock up. This is... oh my god, this car is so hard to drive. This is one of a couple of corners on the lap that they're just so slow. Look at that, breezing past. Okay, Lando Norris is the last guy to pass before we can unlap ourselves officially. A little bit of a lockup. We can take the inside line, and it's not a problem at all. Okay, officially unlapped now. We have a 1 and 2 second gap to Logan Sargent. Everyone in the field has a pit stop as well as us, so this is it's gonna be tricky. Okay, it's time to lock in. Oh god. God, I hate this. Okay, that was a good string of laps right there, but I can definitely feel the tires starting to drop off. It's time to start thinking about hitting the pit lane, but I want to wait until around lap 15. Yeah, dude, 12 laps in, we've got 64% on the front right, 65% now into this corner. We avoid a lockup. But that's definitely a rare sight. Okay, coming up to the main straight now, we've got some people in the pit lane. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the first overtake we've made was on Logan Sargent. It was a little... He was in the pit lane, so it wasn't as exhilarating, but we're climbing up the order. Okay, I think we can go for a move on Bottas around the outside. They're really slow through here. As long as we avoid a lockup, we can probably make this thing stick. Bottas is strong to the inside, and side by side through corner exit, we have 72% wear on our front right. That's definitely playing a role in how smoothly we can overtake people around the outside right there. That puts Bottas behind us, but it looks like he might be coming back into turn 1. We kind of block him off right there for a second, but into the braking zone, he lunges ahead. We have the inside line. Luckily, we avoid a lockup. That was actually a really good fight. Oh my god.
A few moments later.
Oh man, 80% on that front right. This is getting into puncture territory. I think 80% and above, it could happen at random, so we have to be very careful. Just as I said, I locked the front right. There's definitely an opportunity to overtake Magnussen here. I'm gonna send it up the inside. Kind of a risky move. Contact. Oh.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh no. Okay. Was not good. Front wing damage with contact with Gasly, I think. I don't even really know what happened there.
Oh, there. Oh, merde. Bonjour, monsieur.
Little kick, a wheel spin on exit up the inside of Gasly, locking up both the fronts, and more contact with Gasly. I'm driving like an asshole.
He lashes out with unnecessary anger and borderline violence.
Oh, okay. Into the pit lane we go. That was disastrous, man. Those last couple laps were a complete nightmare. I think I just got front wing damage for pretty much no reason. Okay, yeah, everybody passed me in the pit lane. So I purposely didn't change the front wing because I didn't want to lose time. So now I have a damaged front wing. Everybody passed me. And basically all those super aggressive overtakes where I got front wing damage were for nothing, so that's great. We meet again, Logan. We meet again. How many times have I met Logan Sargent? Oh, God. Logan Sargent is like a beacon of hope for these challenges where you're a lap down, because you see Logan Sargent on the horizon, you're like, ah, okay, there's cars ahead. I can start overtaking now. You know? Okay, dude. Why do these guys brake so early? Oh my, get the hell out of here. Dude, it's crazy how slow they are through here. I'm on wet tires with the worst setup imaginable. How are you slower than me through that corner? It's flat out. All right, we've got Ricardo in front. We're on lap 18, so we might be able to get him into turn 1. Turn 1's very tricky though, because the AI can kind of brake a little bit later. They kind of lunge ahead into the braking zone. We have to brake early, and we also lock up pretty much guaranteed every time into this corner, especially locking the front left right there. But we have the inside line, and we can pass Ricardo. Magnussen ahead now. This should be a pretty easy overtake up the inside. Magnussen turns into me? What the fuck was that? What the fuck? Whoa. Hello? Okay, Mr. Gasly in front. This is kind of awkward. I want to go up the inside. They're so slow, dude. They're just so slow through here. Locking up again. Oh my god. Oh, a lot of contact with Gasly this race. All right, we're getting into the later stages of the race now. Lap 20 of 25. We're in position 12 of obviously 20. So it's kind of time to crack down. We don't... okay, we're not... We're not really in the place we want to be, locking up behind Yuki. We can definitely get him around the outside right here. They're so slow around this corner for some reason. It's flat out. They should be a lot faster. Lance Stroll kind of defense of the inside contact. Oh my god. Whatever, dude. Oh my god, they're so slow. Let me past you, please, Ocon. Please let me pass. Please, please. Oh, look who it is, our teammate, Sergio Perez, the best driver on the grid. I think we'd be able to pass him if we had no tires on our car and we had a 2-cylinder engine. Up the inside, easy overtake. Okay, all right. I apologize. Okay, come on, please. This car is so miserable to drive. Okay, we got Alonso in front. That's gonna put us in the top 7 once we pass him up the inside right here. Nice looking move right there. Oh boy, look who it is again. George Russell. We gotta try to get by him this time without any contact. Otherwise, there might be an altercation at the post-race briefing right here. Really struggling to rotate the car around the corner right there. Russell's kind of leaving us no space on the outside, nowhere to go. Switching to the inside, lock up on the front right. Banging wheels with Russell. And luckily we get past.
Violence.
I don't know if this is going to be doable, man. Behind Carlos Sainz, we're in 6th place right now, but it's lap 24 of 25. A win is definitely looking more and more far-fetched. A little bit of contact with Sainz. They brake so much earlier than I anticipate every single time. All right, crossing the line in just a moment here to put us on our final lap of the race. We're in 4th place, just 1 behind Leclerc. So 1 overtake and we're on the podium, but a win is looking like a miracle. This first corner of Sector 2 is so harsh on the tires. I have to brake so early for this in order to keep it within track limits. Otherwise, I'm going completely wide. The tires are definitely overheating, really on their last legs. I'm locking up everywhere. Leclerc's in front. We can probably go for a move up the inside here. Big lock up at the front. Contact with Leclerc. He kind of backs out at the last second right there. We have an opportunity, or so I thought, to swoop around the outside. More contact with Leclerc. Definitely a very overly aggressive, penalty-inducing overtake right there, but I don't think we have penalties turned on for contact. At least wheel spin on the exit. I think that wheel spin might have cost us. Heading to the final corners of the lap now. Lando Norris is the winner of the race. Piastri's in 2nd place, and we are too far behind to do anything about it. That was maybe the ugliest race I've ever driven on this game, but I just had no control the whole time. That was insane, dude. No grip in the tires, no brakes. The car was off balance the whole time. I couldn't rotate it. It was bloated. It was, oh my god, that's a hard challenge. That was fun though. But man, if that was real life, I think I would have got like 100,000 penalties.